everyone, my name is Olivia O. Yang, and I'm a Doctor of Music Art candidate at USC Thornton School of Music. Welcome to my channel. Over the past 5 years, I've been teaching music and also performing, and even founded my own music studio called Octave Music Academy. Through this 5 years of teaching, I've gained so much experience teaching all ages, and then I realized there's still so many people out there looking for great piano lessons but don't know where to begin. So here is why I come back to my YouTube channel and help everybody out. In this video series, I'll be posting 4 videos to help you go from 0 to 1, starting your piano journey. And you'll be able to learn 4 beginner pieces and build a really solid foundation along the way. So hopefully in this month, you'll be following with my videos and start breaking ground. And let's get started. So in the first video, we're gonna talk about 4 key things. First is about proper sitting posture and the hand position. I think I need to take off my ring. And second of all, we're gonna getting to know the keyboard. We need to introduce you why there are so many white key and black keys. And then third of all, we are gonna introducing the music alphabet, which refers to do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, if you have heard of this name when you were younger. And lastly, we're gonna introduce some basic rhythms. So let's jump right in. So let's start with the sitting posture. Make sure that you are sitting half of the bench. That means you cannot sit like this. It's hard for you to control the keyboard like this. So only sit half of the bench, and when you put your hand on the keyboard, make sure that your arm angle is equal or greater than 90 degrees. If it's like this, that means you are sitting too close. It's hard for you to control the keyboard like that. So make sure you are always having this hand position and also the sitting posture, like this. Speaking of the hand position, thinking about you're making a heart, and then make sure that you're breaking this heart into 2 pieces, and then see that your hand is actually making a C, and then just put your hand on the keyboard like this. That's a very basic hand position you need to have while putting it on the keyboard. And make sure that your wrist is always lower than your knuckles. Your knuckles has to be like this, and then the lower the wrist, the better. But of course not like lower like this. Make sure it still has the shape in it. So this is the perfect position to start off. Just to quickly go over the fingering, since we have 5 fingers on each hand and we don't use thumb, index, or middle, or ring finger or pinky to label our hand, we use 5 numbers. Our thumb is always number 1, and this is number 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is important because whenever you see it on the score, they will have numbers on it, and you might be confusing like why they're putting numbers, but it's actually representing the fingers that you're using for each note. So just keep that in mind. So let's get familiar with the keyboard. The piano has 88 keys in total, made up of black and white keys. I'm pretty sure you can't see the whole keyboard, but when you see it on your own keyboard, make sure you're purchasing 88 keys, because that's the complete keyboard we have. If you see anything like 60 or 60 something, that's an incomplete keyboard. Try to purchase 88 keys if you can. So the black keys are arranged in a group of 2. Do you see that? 2 and 3s. And that's the secret to finding your starting note do, which is C. So to find it, just look for a group of 2 black keys like this, or here, if you can see it clearly. Do is the white key immediately to the left of that group. This is where we find the do, which also C. Once you find the do, the rest of the notes follow. So it's gonna be like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Or you can say C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So whenever I say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, this is what we call solfege. And C, D, E, F, G, A, B, these are the music alphabets. Thinking about as a nickname and your full name. If you calling someone, you will call their nickname, which is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. And then when you write something, you would write their full name instead of their nicknames. So that's where the music alphabet comes in. So now you know that the entire keyboard only has 7 notes. We only have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then we're repeating the same thing, C, D, E, F, G, A, B again. So even though it looks overwhelming, it has 88 keys, but we actually just have 7 groups of 7 notes. So it's gonna be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then when you see group of black keys, 2 black keys, and then you see a C again, and then we're gonna repeating the C, D, E, F, G, A, B again, and then repeating, so on and so forth. So it shouldn't be too hard to understand. So for the first video, we're gonna just talk about the white keys, the name of the white keys. We're introducing the black keys later on in our videos. Hi, welcome to my classroom setting. So in here, we're gonna talk about some basic rhythms. Think about when you're building a house, you need the foundation and also the interior design, right? Notes that we just learned, like music alphabets, all the notes, these are the interior designs. You need to have that. But what's more important is actually the foundation, which is the rhythms. So the very basic 3 rhythms we are gonna introduce today is this. Okay. Okay, so it looks like this. So first of all, we're going to introduce the quarter note. If you can see it right here. Quarter note has a little black head and a stem. And then it could also be looking like this. So these are the quarter notes. So quarter note refers to one clap. Usually it comes in group of 4 because most of the pop songs they're counting in 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and that 4 equals to quarter note. So these are the quarter notes. And the second rhythm we're going to introduce today is called a half note. Half note is this. See, the difference between half note and quarter note is that half note only has a circle, it's an empty head, but this one has a folding head. So this is half note, which worth 2 counts, and this is quarter note, which only worth 1 count. So whenever we see this, we're gonna hold it like 1, 2, 1, 2. So even though we're just playing one single note on the keyboard, but we're gonna hold this note for 2 counts. So that is half note. And the third basic rhythm we're gonna introduce today is called whole note. So it would look like this, just a circle. So this is what we call the whole note. This is called half note. And this is what we call whole note. So think about it this way. Half note, if half worth 2, then whole would worth double the 2, right? So this whole note will worth 4 counts. That means when you hit a note, you're gonna stay there for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how we consider all this rhythm. And then basically when you compose something, you're just alternating these rhythmic patterns, changing from this to this to this. We're gonna see it later on for our first little cute piece, Old McDonald Had a Farm. We're actually just using these 3 basic rhythmic patterns. Then you will realize that we just use these rhythmic patterns to compose the music. So how magical that is, right? Now let's get back to the piano and learn our little first song of the day. Now you've learned the basic notes, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and also the basic rhythms. Let's try playing Old McDonald had a farm on your keyboard. I'm pretty sure everybody have heard of it when you were younger, like in a kindergarten. This is like a piece I must teach to my younger students, like students around 5, but I feel like it's the best piece that you can get your hand on. So let's give it a try. First of all, let's take a look at the fingering. So we're gonna put right hand 2, 3, and 4 on group of 3 black keys, and then putting your left hand 2 and 3 on group of 2 black keys. So basically we're controlling that 5 black keys here. And then we need to follow the rhythm fingering like we just talked about and give it a try. So we're gonna do right hand 2 3 times, and left hand 3 1 time, and then left hand 2 2 times. And then we have left hand 3 1 time but a half note, which refers to 2 beats of counting, right? 2. And then we're gonna have right hand 4 2 times, right hand 3 2 times, and then right hand 2 1 time but holding it for a whole note. 1 2 3 4. Okay, so let's try to practice along with it one more time. 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4. 2 3 4. Okay. This is the basic motive for Old McDonald had a farm. So basically we're gonna just repeating this for 2 times. Let's try it together one more time. So make sure you're practicing along with it, okay? This is a really good practice session that we can go together. Let's try one more time, starting from the right hand. So we're gonna count the beat in 4. 1 2 3 4. Half note. 2 3 repeat. 2 3 4. That's it. Now you know how to play Old McDonald on keyboard. Yay! So that's it for today's lessons. I hope it wasn't too overwhelming, even though we just learned like a little cute Old McDonald had a farm. Please, if you have any questions, please comment below. I'll answer as soon as I can. And don't forget to subscribe, and also most importantly, don't forget to practice before I see you next time. Happy practicing. See you guys in the next video.